Welcome to Holy Week. I'm really glad that we could make this journey to the cross and empty tomb together, even in these times. And typically, we would be meeting together daily for our Holy Week morning services. Unfortunately, as we all know by now, COVID-19 had other plans. So what we're going to do instead for our week is use the daily gospel texts that were planned for those daily services. And so for today, we're going to look at John 12, 1 through 11. And what we're going to see is that there's a lot of smells. In fact, when you think of the world around you, there are a lot of strong smells, aren't there? Some of them just assault our senses at every turn. You might think of a certain cologne or body spray or maybe a food of some kind. Either way, they aren't pleasant. And you know, when we think about it, one of those smells is death itself. And that smell of death, it really does assault all of our senses. It assaults our eyes when we see a loved one who passes away. It assaults our ears when we hear that a loved one has passed away. It assaults our touch while we hold the hand of someone we know who's passed away. It assaults our taste as death leaves an awful taste in our mouths. It's very overpowering and can even seem all-consuming. The good news for us from John 12 is that there is a stronger smell. It says in the text, "Then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume." So the smell was so strong, it filled the whole house. It was overpowering. It was all-consuming, just as what was happening with the perfume. You see, Mary didn't do this because Jesus needed it or because there was a bad odor in the house. She did it because she was getting him ready for what would happen in just a few short days, his death and his resurrection. A death and resurrection that produces a much stronger smell that completely overpowers and completely consumes even the worst of smells in our lives, whether it's from our sins or even death itself. A smell that would fill more than just a house, but has filled the entire world and lasts for eternity. And you know that death and resurrection? It smells a lot like life itself. And so it's my hope and prayer that as we take time to journey to the cross and empty tomb, that we would also take time to take in what is better, to take in that which consumes and overpowers everything, the smell of life through Christ and Christ alone.